Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about use effect hook. Use effect hook allow us to perform side effects in functional components. So if we talk about side effects, then side effect means any action performed outside the component like fetching data from API, manipulating DOM, getting local storage and many more. So now we will go and see how we can create use effect hook. So we will go to our Visual Studio and we will create a use effect hook. So to create a use effect hook, we have to firstly import it here. Like we will be importing it use effect, and from here like use effect we will like this we can have a use effect hook. So this use effect hook will contain two parameters. First one is a callback function and second one is optional, like we can have dependency array here, but it can be optional also. So we can have use effect in three ways. First way is we will have only callback function and the dependency array will be empty. Then we will have second way to define the use effect is we will have one dependency array, but this dependency array will be empty. So now we will have one third way to declare the use effect hook is to have one state variable here. Like whenever this count will change, this use effect will be triggered. So we will create one use state hook here, called it as count, and the initial value will be 0. So whenever the count value will be changed, this use effect will be called. So let's see how this all three use effect hooks are working. So we will console log here, console.log. So this use effect will triggered on every render. On every component render, this use effect will run. Then we will have second one, and this will be triggered or called uh, on initial component render, and it will be called only once. What this mean? Like when the component will render for first time, so then only this use effect will be called. Only once it will be called. Then we have a third one called when state of count changes, right? When state of state of count changes, like when count will change, this use effect will be triggered or called. So we have these three use effect hook. Now we will go to our browser and check how this all three use effect flow is there. So before going to browser, we will firstly print this count, and inside h1 tag, and I will have count, and we will have one button as well, and button name is inc inc count, sorry. Okay, so we have to create one on click here. So to create on click, we have to put inc then count, right? Then arrow function, inside it we will set the count, right? So like this we can increase the count, right? So now we will go to our browser and check uh, whether how the flow of use effect is. So now you can see here we are getting the count, and okay. So currently, how we are getting it? Firstly, triggered or called on every component render. The first use effect is called. Then triggered or called on initial component render, and it will be called only once. Okay, the second use effect, and the third one called when state of count changes. Like the third use effect get called, right? So this use effect, second one, you can see it will be called only once. So I will show you how. When we will change the state count, you can observe it here. You can see triggered or called on every component render. Like the first use effect is getting called on every, like whether it is first component render or when we are changing the state, then also it will be triggered or called. Then the third use effect called when state of count changes. Like this will be called when we are changing the state. So these two use effects are will be called, but you can observe here this use effect, the second one is not getting called. Why? This second one, this one, because of the dependency array. Because of the dependency array, we are putting it here. So this will empty dependency array we are putting it here, and due to that reason this use effect is called only once. When we are changing also, then it is not getting called. Like again I will clear it. When I will increase the count, you can see only two use effects are getting called. Okay, so now we are going to talk about cleanup function. How we can have a cleanup function inside use effect, right? And what is the use of it? So cleanup function is used to, like the name is suggesting, cleanup function is used to clean up, right? Whenever we are having some kind of time interval we are setting inside, or we are having fetching data from any API, so during that time we should clear that, right? If we are not clearing it, it will have a performance issue, then memory leaks and many more issues we will be having. So to overcome that issue, we are having a cleanup function. So we will see how we can implement it in our use effect. So currently we are having this, what we can do is here we will have uh, here we will have timer, and it will increase on count. Okay, so, and here what we can do, we will have the count, right? We will print the count, and here we will have the timer, set interval. So set interval will take two parameters. First one is a callback function and second one is the time. So we will give it time 1 second. What it will do, after every 1 second, this set interval will, after every 1 second, it will increase the count to 1, right? So set count, so this is prev plus 1, right? So it will increase the count after every 1 second. So now you will see how this will affect our browser, right? Okay, so as you can see, the count is getting increased, right? And we should also have it inside. Uh, we will put it here, right? Okay. So now I will again refresh the page, and so you are able to see the count is getting increased after every 1 second, right? And we have not implemented the cleanup function. So see how this is affecting our browser. So I will go to dashboard page. When I will go to dashboard page, this home component will get unmounted, right, from the page. So when I will go to dashboard, still you can see this count is getting increased. This home component is unmounted, but then also this count is getting increased. So that is the issue, like this is getting increased, it is occupying memory, the performance of the website will be slow due to that reason. So now when I will go to home, it will still start from this 0th count, but you can see here this is not cleaned up, it is still increasing, like 82, 83, 85, right? And again if we go to dashboard, again the home component unmounted, and we came to dashboard, but still it is running. So to overcome this, we have a cleanup function. So like this, we can have one cleanup function, and here inside it, we can clean the interval, right? We can clean the interval. So this is by this way you can have your cleanup function inside use effect, and this is very much important to add it. If we are not adding, we will have performance and memory issues, right? So now when we are going to our page and we are refreshing it again, we will go to home page. Now the timer is started. You can see here also inside console and on page as well. Now if I go to dashboard, now you see this timer is stopped, right? Now the home component unmounted, we came to dashboard page mounted, and you can see now the timer is stopped when we implemented the cleanup function. Again if we go to home page, again it started, right? Again if we go to dashboard page, again it stopped.